Alright, I'm back with another review. I'm doing the 30th anniversary Y-Wing. I just got done with the pilot and the droid, my last video. To show you, here's the diorama cut out from the back. Kind of gives away that the Y-Wing is not actually in scale, but still it's a good fighter though. Let me tell you something, this diorama, it took me about a half hour. I had to get wire cutters and scissors and everything to get Lieutenant Lapira and everybody out of there. Alright, if you can get everything out of this box and so this diorama perfect, you're a much better collector than I am. For those of you who haven't seen it, I have the box. I've shown this box at a couple videos in the past, but you know, just in case you haven't seen it before. I always liked the 30th anniversary packaging. I started collecting again during the 30th anniversary. Here's the fighter itself. Alright, the original mold came out in 1983. They have been improving the basic design each iteration of the fighter. The original one had very stubby guns on the front. It was bone white. You had to put the stickers and everything on yourself. This one has the decals pre-made. It also has a lot of weathering. They've improved the guns, the ion cannon on the top, and the lasers on the front. That's why I didn't want a OTC Y-Wing or back. The 30th anniversary and the vintage one have a lot more realistic looking guns. This gun rotates on the top, this ion cannon. Why they'd never used this thing in the trench run when being pursued by Darth Vader, I don't know. But it goes up and down as well. It's pretty good. Now the weathering on this fighter is just phenomenal. People basically decided collectors they like weathering better than new looking ships, and the Y-Wing is supposed to be a dated fighter by the time they used it. To me, it's a lot like the F-111 and the U.S. Air Force used to have, kind of a dated fighter bomber type that's more of a bomber than a fighter. Here's the back as well. Look at the engines in the back. They've even done simulated burns on there. Looks like a real engine. I'll show you the cockpit. Can you see all right? I'll get the light up here. The cockpit for you. There you go. The cockpit's pre-done as well. Holds one pilot. That's a rather well done cockpit. We put Lieutenant Lapira in here. Some older Y-Wings had a droid socket where you could just pump any droid you want into there, R2-D2 or any R2 unit that would fit. This one, R5-F7, not only comes with the fighter, but he also comes in here. You can't take him out. So, I don't know why they did that, but they just did. I guess it's fine if you like R5-F7, but if not, well, tough. They went back in the vintage collection, though. You can actually put other droids in there now. There's actually a droid socket. This comes with a bomb right here. It's one of the features. And the bomb, actually, there's two buttons on here. The first button is right behind R5-F7. Can you see it all right? I'll hit it for you, right behind him. And when you hit this, it drops the bomb, or it opens up the bottom, right here. And you can put the bomb in, carry it like you're going to bomb someone, and then hit it again, and it drops. The other button, right back here, you slide back and forth for the landing gear. I'll show you that. You hit this back and forth and 3 landing gears come out. Have it in landing position. All in all, this is a good fighter. It's, let's see, 83, 28 years old now. The basic mold for this is 28 years old. I know the new one, they may do a vintage Y-Wing off the newer Clone Wars one someday, but not now. Also, I'm not sure if I believe it did. The 83 one, it had removable engines, and this does have some type of packaging from the store on the engines, but you can take it off. Just simulate you're working on it, like this. I've actually looked up some of the older Y-Wings online. People have lost these engines cells. The story is, in between the Clone Wars and the original trilogy, the Rebels just kind of removed a lot of the armor plating for these engines just to make them easier to work on. So they wouldn't keep having to open them up. Whoops. But all in all, this is a good fighter. Let me put this engine cell back on. I was glad I finally got it. It's been holding me back from doing several dioramas. One is the Scramble Yavin, since this is a Yavin Y-Wing, and another is the redo of the Home 1 diorama from Return of the Jedi as well. Yeah, this has been hard to get on eBay. The 30th anniversary one, I believe, is going to come down in price a bit on eBay since the vintage one is out. And the vintage one at Toys R Us right now, both of these are Toys R Us exclusives. It retails for about $40, but that's without a pilot and a droid. I got this one for just above $50, but when it was new, it was $35, and that's with pilot and droid. I've mentioned before, you know, that's Alaska prices. If you had R5F7 and Lieutenant Lapira right now in Saga Legends, this fighter would probably be, it would take it down to about $14 lower 48, $19 in Alaska for shipping, because Saga Legends figures are around $8. Another note on this cockpit, this has come off a couple times. It's made to come off when you swing it open, but you can easily put it back on. The cockpit, I think, you know, this fighter, I'm still going to give it probably an 8 overall, maybe a 7.75 overall. It's still a good fighter, and I'm still glad I picked it up. And I hope you enjoyed this review. You will see the Y-Wing again, as I said, because it was one key element that prevented me from redoing dioramas. So you're definitely going to see this guy again in a couple of dioramas in the future. Whenever I can make it home to my Hilks place, where I am now, I can reset this dioramas up for you. And I hope you enjoyed looking at it today. This is Supreme signing out, and as always, thank you for tuning in.